Today we are talking about Christian in the marketplace.
Mhm.
We need to strike a balance between our faith, our Christianity, and also the marketplace. It is very necessary for us to have that conversation because we need to live a holistic Christian life.
And also to whereby one can strike the balance between the faith and the marketplace. It's a bit tricky how you balance your faith and go out there work. It's a thin line. What do you
Yes,
think?
it is tricky, but sometimes it is caused by a one-sided way of believing. You know, Christianity is about priesthood and kingship. Now, someone has to balance between priesthood and kingship. Kingship is an aspect of marketplace. What do you do after praying? Because priesthood is an aspect of praying, worshiping, and all that in holy places. But you are required to go out there and do something with your hands. Use your brains, work out to earn money.
No miracles?
Miracle
Miracle things to pop in as now.
Miracles are not the intention of God to rule the earth. Miracles are meant for the children, for the non-believers to believe God exists.
Oh my God.
But, oh my God, you can't have a skill of being a doctor and you're waiting for a miracle. You're expected to work out and do a medical surgery or attend to a patient. You don't look for a miracle. God has blessed you with the skill of being a doctor. So as a believer, you need to know there is a time to be in the mountain in prayer. There is a time to be in church and pray and worship. But you don't end your Christianity in prayer. You have to execute it. It's just like an advocate going before a judge. We go and pray. We ask for, my Lord, I pray, according to the law, give me these orders. Once the orders have been given, it's up to you to go out there and execute the orders. You can be given the orders, and if you don't extract them to go to the place where you needed to execute them, they have no use.
Assume, I believe in God.
Yes.
And I pray. Now when I go to marketplace, do I look for money from the Christians or now when I pray for my customers to come and buy from me or maybe to attend to them?
No, you have to market your business. You have also to reach out for your customers. You have to provide to the market a product worthy the customer. Because if you don't do that again, customers will not come just because you prayed. And even if they come, you give them a shoddy service or shoddy product.
Yeah.
You have gone to the vegetable market. You look around and you see someone has very almost rotten vegetables. Someone has very fresh. Where do you go to?
I'll be proclaiming this word that says that the Lord will bring wealth of nations like caravan to me.
How does it come? When Daniel is taken into Babylon, he did not go sit back to pray in the temples. What Daniel did, he went to the place where there was a place he could implement his skill, make use of his skill in the kingdom of Babylon. And that is where he was able to serve in like 5 dispensations of kings. Because he put his skill in place. We talk about our father Abraham in the faith. Okay? God, Jehovah Jireh, provided and all that. Do you know who Abraham was? He was a very rich man. Very rich man. We only find him interacting with God once in a while. But we are told he was a very wealthy man with a great bulk of servants who used to serve him. In fact, he was like a man with an army of his own. Because when his cousin was taken into exile, he went and rescued him. And when he was given even resources, he said, no, I have more than enough. Because he was very wealthy. He is the father of faith.
Yeah.
But also hardworking.
Yeah. Very wealthy.
Very wealthy.
I have a question here.
Ask.
How about this, the Bible verse that talks about that It's God who makes you to be wealthy. What does it mean?
No. God says, the word of God says in Deuteronomy that I, the Lord, your God, give you power to make wealth. I don't give you wealth, I give you power to make wealth. And that's why Jesus is saying, as I go, I'll give you power and authority over. Being given power and authority, you don't, listeners, you need to understand this. The president of the government has given a soldier a gun, a crown, and a uniform. A soldier or a policeman cannot go to the face a situation on the ground, instead of using his gun, his skill to deal with the situation, anasimama anaanza kupigia rais. No, president, hapa kuna shinda, hapa tutafanya nini? What are your weapon for? What is the baton for? What is the gun for? You execute. Now, what God has done, He has given you power. He has given you His word. You go out there and execute.
You make me think of a treasure. A treasure does not lie in an open thing.
It is not.
You have to dig and look for it. If it's gold, you have to get it, sieve it to get it. So that is work.
That is work.
Yeah.
So as much as we are praying for miracle is meant for non-believers, not for believers. So that an unbeliever can believe in the supernatural power of God working in our lives. Not to say that you will not come across miracles, but these miracles, come across them as you have put your hand to work. Don't be lazy. The word of God says, work with your own hands, that you may not...
You earn your own living. Yes.
That you may not bring shame. Yes. That's what Paul is telling people in the Thessalonians. You work. Go cultivate the land, plant the seed. No matter how much you go to the mountains to pray, a miracle will happen, but it's not sustainable. Even the manna, they were given for a few season, because it was a season of need.
Yeah.
But when the season of need was over, they were told to take the sword, enter to your land.
Yeah.
Do you notice that God did not destroy the enemies until these men took swords and fought into the land?
They actually fought.
Do you know God will not come down to fight until you take the sword and take your land? That's how faith works. Faith, it's action. That's why James is saying, faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Amini kabisa ndugu. By the way, have you ever noted that most of intercessors na mali ni vitu mbili tofauti?
Why? Please explain.
You explain. Because the principle of making wealth is going to the marketplace and doing something. That is why the worldly, there are those people that we deem that they don't have much faith. Actually, they do a lot of work. They make wealth. They don't sleep. Anaomba for 1 hour, 30 minutes or so. The rest of their time, they are strategizing, working, marketing. Right now, there are people who will not sleep as early. They will have to sit down, strategize, seek connections. No, most of us believers, sometimes we dismiss even friendships and connections. But they are very necessary for you to make wealth. Man introduces a man to another. A man opens a door for another. So if you dismiss people because you are righteous one, you don't make money that way. So I encourage you believers, after praying, our president sometime when he was being sworn in, he said, nikisha malizana na Biblia nikiweka chini, I'll do 1, 2, 3 things. Sometimes people pick him out of context, but I think he was saying that after being sworn in, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Because after praying and after reading the Bible, you go to work. Yes, that is the intention of God. And that is why even when Jesus is picking apostles, uliona akichukua intercessors kwa mlima gani?
Men who were working, they were fishing, they were doing things on the ground. Ambia wachaneni na samaki.
That is why niwafunze how to fish men. And then Peter asks, now that tumeacha biashara zetu na nini,
What do we
what do we get?
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
So they were active men. Who is Abraham? He's a businessman. Who is Job? He's a businessman.
Paul is
a tent maker.
Yeah.
That's why he's saying, I will not nitafanya nini? Sitawafinyilia na kuwaitisha vitu zenu. I also strive to work with my own hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way to make wealth is working with your own hands. Go out in the marketplace. Do you hear? Do you understand?
Had with faith and work.
Faith, it's work. Toka asubuhi, wacha kukaa kwa nyumba ukirandaranda. I hear that you would rather walk in the road. You might find some money. Someone lost money or something in the road. But if you stay in the house praying, utangoja sana. Go work. As a Christian, it is not wrong to go to the marketplace, get goods, sell somewhere, provide your services somewhere, and require that you be paid. And once you have gathered those resources, don't allow anyone to take them away from you. How do you do that as a believer? Have confidence that the skill God has given you. You know, the mistake we make is that you think the calling of God is to preach, to pray, and to do what? And to worship.
Yeah.
But there are people who have been called into the marketplace to do business. Leaders in the political arena, in the corporate world, you should be there. That's how you represent Christ. When you are there, you are doing things in a Christian way. We encourage you, after praying, please go to the marketplace and exercise the power and the wisdom God has given you so that you can make a wealth.
Yeah.
Work out your faith.